So we're going to teach you how to wrap our boxes like we do at Magnolias. First of all, you're going to get your paper and tape it onto your box. You're going to pull your paper back over the box nice and tight. Make a nice crease at the edge. And then you may need to get some scissors because you're going to trim just above that fold that you just made. Then you're going to fold the paper to that crease and pull it back tight over the box. This gives you a nice smooth edge, and it also gives you an invisible seam. To make your ends, you're going to fold from the side, and then you're going to fold your top and bottom flaps into triangles. You may need to trim here as well. You'll use the same technique, make a crease and then trim along that crease. Always make sure that you fold your flap towards the bottom of the box. So we want both of our ends pointing towards the bottom of the box. Move to the other side and repeat the process. You're going to fold in from the sides, make your triangles for your top and bottom flaps, trim if necessary, and then always make sure that your ends point towards the bottom of the box. So there you go. You got a beautiful box with an invisible seam. So now we're going to move on to our bows. We've got 5 main colors in our happy bows. All you're going to do is pinch the ribbon, form a loop, and bring that loop back to the center. The key is to hold your ribbon nice and tight in the center and make sure that your loops are about the same size on either side. Most of our bows have about 4 loops on either side. So once you have that, you cut your tails, cut yourself a tire, and the handoff tends to be the trickier part. You just want to make sure that you can put that tire in the center where you've been holding it so tight and knot it off really, really tight. Once you've done that, you're going to unfold your scissors and you're going to curl your ends. And you want to make sure after you've curled your ends that there's not any that are extremely long. You want to make sure they're all about the same length. And there's our bow. So now we're going to put the bow on our box. Make sure you've got the seam side down. Lay your ribbon across the top, flip it over, bring your ribbon up to where it's equidistant. You're just simply going to cross it over. You're not going to tie it, you're just going to cross it over, pull it tight, and flip your box again. Repeat the same steps on this side as well. You're just going to cross the ribbon over each other. Put your finger in the center, knot it off. And then you're going to take one of your tails and run it back through that intersection there. And tie it nice and tight again. This just ensures that your bow stays where it should in the center of the box. Place your bow in the center of the intersection. Get your tires, and this is your second chance to make your bow nice and tight. So be sure to double knot it, tie it nice and tight, trim those ends, and then you're going to curl them. And then to fluff the bow, you're simply going to separate all the ribbon. So if your bow's nice and tight, you can do this without any fear of pulling your bow apart. But the fluffier your bow is going to depend on how much you separate all those ribbons. So the more you separate every single ribbon from one another, the fluffier your bow is going to be. So work your way through all the loops. And there you have it. Now you know how to wrap like we do at Magnolias.